Okay.
Welcome on, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I especially appreciate you setting aside time to be together with me today on this free PowerSeries intro class. These days, you can get a lot of free content. I know that. And your time is precious. So if you've joined me here, you've made a special effort. And I want to say that in appreciation to that, I am committed to you walking away with value today. Okay, so whether you end up joining me on this magical journey or whether you don't, today you will walk away with something that you can already put to use in your life. So, PowerSeries. Here's what it's all about. You're going to want to have a pen and paper so that you can write, right? And my question to you is this. If you had an imaginary wand and you could magically create anything you want, and I mean anything, what would you create for yourself right now? Is it going to be an ideal job? Is it going to be financial freedom or financial security? Is it going to be more love or meaningful relationships in your life? Is it going to be more health and physical vitality? Are you looking for the perfect shidduch, your ideal home? More spiritual connection and a deeper relationship with Hashem? A better emotional state? Or maybe even something I didn't touch on. Just choose one that is truly meaningful to you and write it down. Because if you're going to do that, you're going to walk away with value today. Got it? Now my question to you is, what would it mean to you if you could have that in your life right now? Take a moment to feel into that. What would it mean to you if you could have that? Everything in the world? And what would be the best part of having that? What would be the best part of having that? And that's going to lead us into what we're going to cover today. Okay? Today, we will learn the secret formula I discovered when manifesting my dream house. So I've been there and I've done that, and I've got some things to share with you, some things that people don't know. I'm going to cover the 5 koiches you've been given to create whatever you desire in your life. The specific challenges almost everyone faces when trying to apply those koiches. It's going to be very clear when we get to it. So all of this is relevant, immediately relevant to you. And how PowerSeries will help you overcome these challenges and get what you truly want. So this is all about you and for you. All right, are you in? You'll walk away with clarity about the steps you need to take to manifest your desires, inspired and confident that the life you want is possible for you. And pay attention to this. You will hear testimonies from people like you who started out last year or the year before, who manifested their desires while still on the program. So you'll hear what that was like for them. And you'll have an opportunity to interact with me and ask your questions. So I really want to answer whatever questions you have about how this program works and what you're going to gain from it. And please stay on till the end, because one lucky person will win the PowerSeries program for free and begin their journey of manifestation right now. Maybe you'll manifest this program in your life for free. So I want to begin with my personal story and how I discovered the secret formula to getting anything you sincerely desire. So this is the story about the house that I live in right now. It's my dream house. Doesn't look like the picture here, but almost. What's the big deal about me living in my dream house? So I think that, you know, and lots of people live in their dream house. Lots of people don't. Maybe by the time you're done in this program, you will. So why is it a big deal and why do I want to share it with you? that started my journey in finding the formula to manifesting anything you want in life. And it's everything I teach you on the PowerSeries program. See, 15 years ago, I had a dream and I didn't cut corners on it. Okay. I knew I wanted a house that would support my family's needs and my personal needs. And why it's a big deal is because I had everything stacked against me. I didn't have money. We were a regular Kyle family and a growing family at that. And we were just making our monthly budget. And the size of the house that I wanted, I didn't even know if it existed here in Israel, or if it did, it certainly didn't exist in the location that I needed to go to if I wanted to stay within my community. It certainly didn't exist in the setting that I wanted, which was to be connected to nature. At least in my mind, none of that existed. And here I am 15 years later, and I live in that dream house that is located exactly where I needed to be, close to my community, but set in nature. So out in my backyard, it's quiet. This is what I like. The size of my house meets my family in every single way. And every day I feel blessed to have this. So why does this matter? I like to think of myself as a student of life. And it set me asking myself some questions like, how did I get here? Do I have some magical power that got me this house that was just a far off dream that I dared to dream? I'd love to think I do have magical powers, but I don't. Sorry. Did Hashem favor me and he granted me this? Like money showed up just when I needed it. A whole series of hashgacha pratis led me to this house with everything that it's tailor made for me. It's me. My house is me and I'm my house. That's how aligned it is with my energy and who I am as a person. And it's like, did Hashem favor me? But when I explored that, I decided, no, I don't think Hashem favors anyone. We're all equal in his eyes. So that's not the answer. So it wasn't just some happenstance. And so I started to ask myself, was there anything that I did to position myself to be the receiver of this gift? And as I explored that question, that's when I discovered the 5 secrets. I want to share that with you, and I want you to apply it and pay attention to what you wrote down you'd love to manifest in your life, and begin to apply these ideas right now, right here, right now. Okay? So, secret to success number 1 is that you need to honor your desires. I had a burning desire for a house that supported me in every way. My need for space, style, location, and aesthetics. And I didn't ignore that desire. I didn't minimize it. I didn't judge it. I didn't question it. I just knew, I dreamt about it, and I knew that I wanted it, and I gave myself full permission to have my desire. Take a look at what you wrote down and start with honoring your desire. Leave everyone out of the story. Just be present with yourself and acknowledge and allow that this is what you want in your life. Secret to success number 2. Now you have to explore and identify any limiting beliefs you have around your desire. And so I noticed that I was thinking, in Eretz Yisrael, you can't expect to find that. This is not your typical house here in Eretz Yisrael, certainly not within the community where I wanted to be, which is in a city. I live in Bet Shemesh. So that's a limiting belief. A Kyle couple can't afford that. That's a limiting belief. What are you telling yourself about your desire that's limiting in some way? Okay? Identify your limiting beliefs, because our limiting beliefs hold us back. And that's secret to success number 2. Secret to success number 3 is then to replace those limiting beliefs and adopt unlimiting supportive beliefs. I am worthy and deserving of this no less than anyone else. There is no criteria for getting your dream house. Anyone can have it. I'm not less deserving than anyone else. Anything is possible for Hashem. So those are unlimited supportive beliefs. What beliefs would you need to adopt next to the particular thing you want that would open you up and expand you, okay, and take you in the direction of your dream? And I hope you let yourself dream as big as you wanted to dream. Secret to success number 4 is start to take action steps in the direction of your desire. Little action steps. Because when you start to take action steps in the direction of your desire, so if it is beginning to explore or even just drawing the picture of my dream house, okay, so that I know what I want, and then beginning to explore where that could be. Who would I contact? So when you start to do that, you activate the koyach known as koyach ha'emunah, which we're going to talk about in a minute, all right? But it's as if by you taking action, you begin to push in the direction of your desire manifesting. So look at what you want and ask yourself, what would you start to do if you truly believed in a successful outcome? If you believed anything was possible for you, what would you start to do? And secret to success number 5 is knowing what belongs to you and what to give over to Hashem. So it's my job to do the asking and being open to receive. So when I do the asking, I say simply, Hashem, this is what I want. Okay, please could you give it to me? That's the asking. And then I'm just staying open and curious. I wonder how it's going to, how and when He's going to bring it to me. It's Hashem's business how He will choose to deliver it to me, through whom He will deliver it, and when He'll deliver it. And all of these points are very significant. And I know it will be in the best and most supportive way for me, all in divine time. I have repeated this formula thousands of times in my life, shared it with others who have repeated it thousands of times in their life. A formula is something that you know is going to give you results again and again and again. And that is when I explored this question, how did I position myself that I received this gift? Those 5 secrets at the forefront. Of course, there's a lot of details to fill in, which is what I do on PowerSeries. But this is what you got to know, okay? How to ask and be open to receive and let Hashem take care of His part in this business. So let's recap. We covered the basic principles of the formula of creating what you desire. We learned that you're responsible for the asking and receiving. Hashem is responsible for the giving, okay? And sometimes we mess those roles up when we start to step into Hashem's role, all right? And the purpose of all of this, okay, is for your personal growth and expansion. Every desire that we honor that bubbles up inside us, as we pursue the manifestation of it, we grow and change as a person. And who you become directly affects what you get in life. And I think that that's the main point of this all. How I changed as I learned to trust and believe and open up. How my emunah grew. How my honoring of my own deservedness grew. Okay, and these are things we struggle with. Okay. And for those of you who want to go a little deeper, I'll now share with you the details of PowerSeries, how it works and what you can expect. Okay, so it's the technical side of it. And then we're going to talk about the 5 koiches we're actually going to cover in the program. So, and I'm going to pick one lucky person to win the PowerSeries program for free, so stay with me. So, how PowerSeries will benefit you. I created this program because I could not keep this discovery to myself. And I just want to say that when I realized that there was a formula to manifesting your desires, by the way, after I discovered this in my own life, I realized it wasn't just a secret to me, but other people out there who'd been conscious about how their life was unfolding for them also recognized these ideas. But when I see people struggling and I see people settling for less than what they have to settle for, it's something in my heart goes crazy. Like, can I show you? Can I just show you what you can do? And you could change the outcome for yourself. You don't need to settle for less. You need to know how to position yourself to receive what you want. Don't shoot your dreams down. Own your dreams and follow the steps. And I wanted to share this. And that's how I went about and created this for you, because I couldn't keep it to myself. And I believe Hashem is Shefa. and wants us to experience Shefa in all its forms, including wealth abundance, love abundance, health abundance, and time abundance. This is available to everyone equally. And if you've struggled with lack in any of these areas like I have, and I've struggled in each one of them, then you know the difficulty of living with constant worry, fear, perhaps even shame and embarrassment, if we can be truly vulnerable and honest, or just total overwhelm, so that all the joy in life is snuffed out. And I designed this program to change all of that for you starting right now. I want you to be on this journey of success right with me. And I want you to have the clear steps to creating anything you want so you can experience security, abundance, freedom, and love in unlimited amounts. And all of that will begin to show up in your life in greater quantities as we journey together. So how about we go for Leigh Miriam? How about we share here one of our past participants and her PowerSeries story?
Sure. Okay, great.
All right. So this is
I remember debating about signing up because of the price, and I just felt I needed something to help me with the areas that I was struggling with. Baruch Hashem, today I can say I am thrilled that I decided to go ahead with it. I joined with a few goals, the main one being a struggle with secondary infertility. I felt I just needed to do something for myself in this area to help me not get sucked in the negativity, because I'd been dealing with it for so long, and I just wanted to work on my attitude. I really invested myself in the program. I did the work. I showed up to the classes. I did the homework. I found the classes were very powerful. And step by step, I noticed that my attitude in many areas was shifting as I began to understand the power of how we can tap into the kohos that are really available to all of us. But we need to first challenge our existing beliefs and be open to new outcomes. Till today, I constantly repeat over some of Dina's lines, like, either it will or it won't. Either way, I'll be okay. I learned how to focus on what essence I feel I'm lacking in and how it's already available in my own life, as opposed to being stuck to needing it appear in a certain form and then watching it appear in the form I actually wanted. At one point, I spoke with Leigh Miriam, and I told her, I believe that I'm going to be the next PowerSeries success story. I believe I will be Zocha to a power baby. I would spend time each week imagining I was already holding an infant and what the simcha would look like and what I would feel like as I watched it unfold. When things got hard, I would do some of Dina's exercises. Like, for example, she has one where you imagine that you give over your troubles to Hashem and you tell him what you need, and then you hear a voice telling you that your request was received and it's being processed. I found it very, very powerful, and it really helped me. Today, as I hold my newborn, born after close to 10 years of waiting, I am so grateful for this miraculous journey that has changed me in so many ways. Not just did I get a delicious baby, but I continued doing the power work throughout the whole pregnancy, and I focused on when I wanted to give birth, how I wanted the labor and delivery to proceed, where I wanted to be, how I wanted to feel, and how beautiful the simcha would be as family and friends would join us in celebrating our miracle. I got everything I imagined. The simcha was that much more beautiful because I focused on the essence of what I wanted, and I didn't lose myself in the details that could mar it in any way. Thank you, Dina and Leigh Miriam, for creating this program and putting this information out there for anyone who wants to access it. If you are prepared to try something that is life-altering and you're ready to completely change the way you view your relationship with yourself, with others, and with Hashem, then join the PowerSeries and be prepared to be the next miracle.
Okay.
So you want to see her baby? Here you go. This is real, ladies, after 10 years. And I'm so grateful for Esty for sharing her story. Yeah, that's just one of the many, many, many miracles that happen. I don't even call them miracles. I know we call them miracles because something maybe unexpected, unusual against Teva, we called it a miracle. But really, when you follow the formula, it becomes expected. And we live with Hashem. That's what it's about, literally. So let's look at the 5 kaiches quickly and the challenges people experience and how PowerSeries is going to resolve that for you. And here's what I truly believe. When Hashem put us in this world, he did not put us out at sea without oars to take us from one side to the other. And the oars that he gave us are these 5 kaiches. Knowing what they are, when to use which one appropriately, and how to use it, that's another secret, okay? And that's what we get to explore. So the first kayach that we've been given is kayach haratzon, all right? Actually, having a desire has a power to begin to draw that into your life. The challenge that we all experience, okay, a little bit I touched it when I spoke about the 5 secrets, is that judging your desires as either being wrong, greedy, or too materialistic, okay? So if you have a judgment on your desires, it neutralizes the power of that koyach, okay? So learning how to get out of that space of judgment and honoring it, that's a piece that we do together. And then oftentimes, even though we say we really want something, there's a part in us that is afraid of getting the very thing you actually want. And that kind of like puts the brakes on it. And so learning how to bypass that or clear that out of the way is another challenge that people are challenged with. You see, if we knew how to use all of these koiches appropriately, we would keep attracting to ourselves in our lives the very things that we want. Okay, because Hashem gave us these koiches, they're intended to be used. All right. So koyach number 2, okay, and the modules we're going through is koyach hatefillah. And again, who doesn't know what koyach hatefillah is? We all daven every day, right? So what's the challenge that people encounter? Well, often people will say, I don't really feel that tefillah can make a difference. I've asked so many times. I mean, 10 years of asking for a baby and not gotten results. Yeah. So again, there's a way to use tefillah that works. And then there's our thoughts and beliefs about tefillah, our give up place about tefillah. And that stops the power of it because tefillah works every single time. So again, learning how to bypass that challenge. And module number 2 is what we're going to cover. Okay. It's one of your oars to get you across in life from one side to the other. Module number 3 focuses on koyach emunah. Okay. And emunah, again, is like a magnet. When you have true emunah, faith that this is going to happen, and you can count it like from 1 to 10. How much do you believe this is going to happen? And we want to be in a position where we believe it at a 10. But how do you get there? There are thoughts that get in the way. For example, why would Hashem do this for me? That neutralizes the power of emunah. Or when we ourselves say, I can't see how this is possible, okay? That undercuts the emunah. Now, emunah, the koyach of it, has got to do with how strongly you are on with it. But what if you're not? Okay, so it's all practical. I am aware of all these challenges because I had them. And as I learned to get past them and I give you practical processes, it will move you from maybe right now, if you check in on the thing you put, if you could magically create whatever, and you say, how much do you believe this is going to show up in your life by the end of the year? And maybe you believe it 2, 3. How do you get that belief up to a 10? We cover that. All right. Module number 4 focuses on koyach hamachshava. Koyach hamachshava is the power of our thinking. So our thoughts, again, work like a magnet. When we focus on what we want, we draw that into our life. When we focus on what we don't want or what's not showing up or any other limiting beliefs that are in our mind, then we, again, slow the process down and sometimes even stop it. But we're just human beings and my mind keeps focusing on negative outcomes. What should I do? Or I don't know how to focus on the positive when so many things can go wrong. And then, and here's the other thing. Sometimes we try to protect ourselves because then I'll be disappointed. If I start to really believe it's going to happen and it doesn't happen, I'm going to have to deal with the pain of disappointment. And these are real challenges, okay? Again, I felt them, I experienced them, I learned what to do to get past them, taught others how to get past them. Do you identify with this challenge? Okay, you can get past that. Module number 5 focuses on Koyach HaIshtadlus. And Koyach HaIshtadlus, as we all know, we live in an Olam HaAsiyah. It's a world where you actually have to take action. But what's the challenge? I don't know which action step to take. Where do I begin? What do I do? What's the right thing to do? And then, of course, I don't know how much action to take. So we talk about when we're trying to control it and what that feels like. And that's not how it works. We're going to talk about inspired action, that you actually are inspired. You know which action step to take and how much to take and when to stop and be at peace as you wait for the outcome to show up. So imagine if that could be resolved for you. So we have those 5 koiches, the challenges all of us human beings experience with them. PowerSeries will tell you how to get past all of that. How about we go for another awesome testimonial? Let's hear Marilyn's story. Go for it, Leigh Miriam.
Great.
What did you choose to work on, Marilyn?
Okay, so I did my ideal home, and we were actually looking to buy a house for over 15 years. Every house we looked at was either, if anyone knows Brooklyn, Flatbush, it was either too small, needed too much work, was too far, or was too expensive. Not only that, but even though I was so desperate to buy a house, because the situation I was in at the time was I was expecting my 9th child. I had 2 married daughters who came all the time for Shabbos, and we were living in a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. So even though I felt so desperate and squeezed to move, at the same time, deep inside me, I really had fears and concerns and things that were making me things that were making me nervous about moving. And I knew they were blocking me from getting my house. I just didn't know how to unblock it. And then last year, I came on to the PowerSeries course, and each process was just so powerful for me, like one after the other. But I think I could really say that the process that was the most powerful for me, and I use all the time till today, was the contrast to clarity, where after I worked on that, my fears were 100% cleared. And I'm not exaggerating, really. Like, if I would describe the feeling after I finished that piece, was almost like a heavy fog was like lifted off of me, and I just felt so like light and free and happy. And it was amazing, because really not long after that, maybe a couple of weeks after that, we were told about this house, and me and my husband went down to see it, and it was just like the perfect house for me in the perfect area. It had every single thing on my list that I wanted. And again, I'm not exaggerating. I know I sound like I'm exaggerating, but I'm really not. It had every single thing.
I know you're not. I know you're not. That's how it was.
Even after, when my daughters went to see the house, they told me, they're like, "Ma, it's crazy. Like, this house was tailor made for you." Like, and I'm like, I know. And after each lesson and the work that I did, I saw so clear how each lesson and each piece of work brought me a step closer to being able to buy this house. I literally watched miracles unfolding. I mean, just an example, the seller had an offer for a lot more money than we were offering, and she refused it, saying, "No, I want to sell it to these people." Money that we didn't have just became available to us. It was like, whoa, like everything was just amazing. I saw how really anything and everything is possible. And even more than that, really, like, I saw so clear how my inner world has a direct effect on what happens to me in my life. And it really changed like my whole attitude and perspective to life. Since this is not my only story. I mean, since finishing this course, and it wasn't even so long ago, I've used these tools for so many things. I've done my ideal birth. I've done my ideal party. I've done my ideal Shabbos, my ideal weekend at my parents, my ideal housekeeper. I've used it for everything. And each time I do the work afterwards, I just like, and it doesn't even have to be long. Sometimes it takes 10 minutes, depending how big the story is. I just take a step back, and I know, like, now I'm just going to watch how everything plays out. I'm calm. I'm like ready to watch almost like a play. How is it going to all unfold? And each time I am just filled with gratitude to Hashem, my eyes filled with tears so many times, how, whoa, like Hashem really is amazing. Like He's giving me everything I want. Anytime I'm nervous about anything, I use these tools. This morning I did it for getting on. I really feel like I'm living above the laws of nature, and I really feel so close to Hashem.
Yeah.
My wish.
And I feel so close to Hashem, because that is
yes, I feel so close to Hashem. He's holding my hand and really like just taking me through every step of my life, and I just watch it like as an observer. I feel like I'm watching myself, like just having these miracles and like behaving and like where I would normally be nervous, I'm just calm, and where I would like just, I don't know, it's surreal. It's really amazing. And
Marilyn,
really,
I love your story, and I love the way you've applied. I love the way your life is transformed. This is so powerful and so inspiring. Thank you so much.
But it's really true, and it's true every word.
So why would you recommend this program to others, Marilyn? Why would you recommend it?
Because we all have desires. Every single person has desires, and many times we just give up or we suppress them, and there's no need. Like, you don't have to. You could really just, it's really watching your dreams come true. That's really what it is.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you.